Every day, it just seems to be getting worse and worse for the Secret Service as more and more information keeps spilling out. For example, today we learned that not only was the shooter, Thomas Crooks, spotted not just 2 minutes, 26 minutes, and 30 minutes prior to the shooting, but now we learned that an hour before Thomas managed to get his shots off, he had been spotted and flagged by the Secret Service. Now, we learned all of this thanks to a briefing call between senators and top officials from the U.S. Secret Service and the FBI. They confirmed in this meeting that indeed the Secret Service had flagged the shooter as suspicious over an hour before he actually fired his shots from the rooftop. So this is already bad enough, but worse still, you can add yet another incident of Crooks appearing on the Secret Service radar that day. Well, apparently, one of the counter snipers spotted the 20-year-old gunman as a potential threat 19 minutes before the shooting. The counter sniper, according to reports, saw Crooks using a rangefinder and called him in. Now, additional interesting information about Crooks himself came up during the phone call meeting with the senators and the FBI and Secret Service. Apparently, even though Crooks is a ghost as far as we know on social media platforms, he was using his phone furiously the day of the shooting, and apparently he had some kind of encrypted communications platform that he was communicating with someone else. What he was talking about, what was being discussed, we don't know, as they have not yet been able to access his account. So that'll be something worth keeping an eye on. Now, I also want to point out something incredibly absurd here. Democrat Senator Maria Cantwell asked the Secret Service whether it had access to and or if they had used drones for surveillance during the Trump rally. The Secret Service did confirm that they have the capability, but no, they did not deploy any drones at the rally. And so, as you can imagine, there was a lot of dissatisfaction with the briefing that senators put out. This includes Mike Lee and Ron Johnson, who have criticized this briefing as uninformative and lacking any kind of actionable details. And there also were calls for accountability, like Senator Rick Scott calling for daily updates on the investigation, emphasizing transparency. And Senator Republican leader Mitch McConnell demanded the replacement of Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, citing the need for accountability due to the severe threat posed by the incident. As Senator Mike Lee would put it, he said, "So far they're flooding us with details that aren't all that helpful. I've yet to hear them substantively address the failures that led to this tragedy." And soon after the call ended, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell also called for Cheadle to be replaced as the head of the Secret Service, which seems like a no-duh kind of a call here. But you know, the one good thing we learned today is that Vice President Kamala Harris finally got around to denouncing the assassination attempt herself against former President Trump. She said, "As we all know, it was a heinous, horrible, and cowardly act. My husband Doug and I are thankful he was not seriously injured. That day, as soon as we heard what was happening, we said a prayer for his well-being." So good for her. She finally got around to speaking about it publicly. Awesome. We can all rest easy now. But the bottom lines, my friend, is this. Huge questions remain about the Secret Service. Trust in this institution is at an all-time low. And whether or not there will be any kind of accountability, well, that remains to be seen. From the To Be Frank show, I am Adrian. Thanks for watching, my friends. I'll see you all in the next episode.